This afternoon, I have a lifestyle coach joining me via Zoom for a conversation from period poverty to SHE mentorship, which is focusing on the empowering of young people, especially women. Makosi is motivated by her own experiences and reaches out to others through her foundation, Sisters Keeper, a non-profit organization focusing on the welfare and development of the African girl child. Makosi Musambasi recently had some engagement with headquarters, popularly known as KAE, in the capital on the issue of period poverty. What can governments do to alleviate the hardship on some of these girls? She'll be telling me. Hello, Makosi.
Hi, how are you?
Great, I'm doing well. Hope you're fine too.
I'm well, thank you. I'm healthy and I'm back to base.
Great, great, great to have you. So what can governments do? That's what we're talking about, to alleviate the hardship of some of these girls, the headquarters.
So you see, period poverty is not unique to just Africa. Period poverty is everywhere in the United Kingdom. And what government can do in Ireland, pads are not taxed. So you're not buying, the pads are not so expensive. And what we are doing with Co-Impact, I'm part of a fund called Co-Impact. What we are doing with Co-Impact, when we push women into corridors of power, when we push women into, legislation, when we push women into powerful boards, they can go in there and speak on our behalf. And one of the things that pushes me to do pads especially is I was coming from Zanzibar once, and at the airport in Zanzibar, they didn't have a shop that sold pads, which told me that a woman is not in charge of this airport. I go to Ethiopia, the airport again did not have pads, which told me again that a woman is not in charge of this airport. So it's not just about giving them pads. It's also about sending them to school, educating them enough so that they take up positions of power and they make decisions that are user-friendly for the girl child on the continent.
Now, let's talk about your foundation, Sisters Keeper, and your perspective to life after surviving breast cancer.
Sisters Keeper was founded 7 years ago, before I even had breast cancer 5 years ago. But we all know that our steps are guided by the Lord, and we are before we are to be. So I find that life is too short for you to live just for yourself. When I was on my deathbed, I even got to the point of planning my own funeral. That's how hectic it got. I begged God and I said to God, if you let me live, I will be the woman to young women who I needed when I was younger. Because every girl child out there needs a woman out there to say to them, come up here, there is space, there's room at the table for us. Gone are the days where women were competitive. I was at a summit in Ghana where I think the French ambassador to Ghana mentioned that the doors that were open for her were open for men. And cancer taught me that as a woman, I should start being comfortable with empowering other women.
And that's exactly what you've been doing over the period. Last week, you were in Accra for the SHE mentorship. Tell me about it.
Claudia Loomer is such a good friend of mine. And I find that, I don't know how many people here are Christians to understand this, but God said to Abraham, as far as your eyes can see, you can have it. As a life coach and as an NLP practitioner, scientifically, it is true. You have to see it before you can have it. So when you have mentorship programs like Claudia has, she had people like Anita, Aisha, Denta speak there, we are just saying to the other girls in the room, this is possible. I am possible. If I can get here, you can get here. And for me, my mission has always been Pan-African. It's not just, for Ghana. It's a Pan-African mission to change the face of Africa, one beautiful face at a time.
So for these girls, what should always be the watchword, the guide word, so that they would always be motivated, encouraged, and behave the way you have been over the period?
The watchword is responsibility. Take responsibility for your life and take responsibility for your environment. nobody is coming to get you. If you don't do it, no one will.
Makosi Musambasi, she's a lifestyle coach. I'm grateful for your time this afternoon. I wish you all the best out there with the good work that you're doing.